Okay, you guys, so I was working on the evidence and charging my phone at Lakewood Fort Mcpherson train station. Everybody knows that they are leaving me outside of the shelters. Family is trying to set me up. Friends are trying to set me up to be killed. The country, African Americans, because of my case. So I was charging my phone. They saw me working on the evidence, and they were swarming around and trying to intimidate me, like they would snatch my phone or try to stop me from working on the video showing the evidence. And that's what they've been trying to stop me from doing, and trying to have me killed before I could put out the rest of the pictures and videos of the evidence and tell the information about what took place in the jail, what took place in my home. Like, they all just walking around like zombies, trying to plot on me and getting very hostile and just kind of overstepping their boundaries with me. You don't try to have someone killed and then sit there and think they got to be afraid to speak out and tell on y'all with what y'all are trying to do. Basically, the young man went past me. A lot of people went past while I was charging my phone. The charging stations are charging very slowly. They're doing something to the circuits to where I cannot get my phone charged fast enough. And while I'm charging my phone, they're walking around and they're conspiring to see who's going to come and pick me up next and try to find out information, to try to give me drugs, to try to lure me to locations where they are trying to kill me, and trying to cover up the fact that I'm pregnant and they took my son illegally. They're standing around trying to listen to see what they can hear, and then go back and tell these other gang members and the police to try to have me killed. As women, as men involved, young and old, gang members, police, people of all different jobs and manners of service. And they were doing this while I was at Lakewood Fort Mcpherson. The young woman who was on the bus, her and a boyfriend, I think that she was with, they were doing it. And then the young man came walking past me and he asked me, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I need somewhere to stay tonight." And they know that I need somewhere to stay. And they know that that's all I need is somewhere to stay. So they're using that and taking advantage of that to try to go through with having me murdered, because they are jealous and they are not serving the Most High God. So they all done started worshiping this Satan and this beast of Revelations. And they out here trying to kill off the real Christians and the people who really are of God and that are righteous in the community, because they trying to have one satanic kingdom where they all wicked as hell, and then they try to kill off the righteous. And they done took my baby and said they was going to rape my baby and molest my baby, and they done torture my body and my pregnancy. And I'm putting out the information that I'm telling the truth. So they're over here listening, even right now, trying to sit and spy and listen to what I'm saying on this video. But they already know that I'm putting out all the information, so I don't give a damn about nobody trying to sit around and spy and listen. So I'm going to tell you what the young man did. So he told me that he'll get me a room. He was like, "Oh, you want me to get you a room? Why don't you call and see if you can get a room?" Now, all the motels raised all the prices from online from $50 to Motel 6 raised their price to almost $100 for the room. And all the hotels in that area did the same thing, so that I could not get a motel for regular price in the area. And I told you that the motel, hotels, and establishments are involved. They're trying to do this to me all over the country. They're trying to do a satanic ritual death, which is where they all go to this one big funeral for this black woman, and they all try to sit there and lie and act like they don't know what happened to the woman, and they all was the ones sitting over there setting her up to be killed. That's what they trying to do. So basically, then they use excuses to try to say she was a mental patient or she was this or she was that. And that's what they've been doing, I see now, with a lot of these deaths with African American women. But what's surprising me is that you got these black terrorists. Now I see why God called them black terrorists, because they over here helping these white folks to kill the other African Americans that's righteous in the community, or they're trying to, at least. And the young man, he was like, I got a homeboy, I got places that I could take you. I got like 3 different places I could take you, but I want you to feel safe. I told him, I said, well, if you're going to take me somewhere and you know that it's a safe place for me to be, then that's fine. So he was like, okay, well, how about Union City? How about I take you to Union City? I was like, as long as it's not no trap where they selling drugs, and as long as it's not no abandoned house, I said, and you know that I'll be safe there, that's fine. So he said, okay. And we got on the bus, and the bus driver just let us get on the bus. I knew something was wrong, and God is blessing me for calling out the people on MARTA that's letting these young men get me on the bus for free, and then knowing that they're driving me out to these locations where they were trying to make me disappear, to where nobody will ever hear from me again or see me again. And I've been sitting over here making all these videos, but yet they still think that it'll be wise to try to just make me disappear after I done made all these videos exposing all these people. So anyway, the young man brought me, it was about 6:30, it was about between 6 and 7, I believe, p.m. yesterday, when he asked me to get on the bus with him to Union City. We got on the 191 for Lakewood, Mcpherson. And the bus driver let him take me on the bus without paying my fare. And this is what they've been doing. They've been letting these young men bring me on the bus or bring me on the train without paying fare. And then they're trying to set me up in these locations to be murdered in these locations, knowing that I'm pregnant and that they took my baby boy illegally, and they threatened to kill my baby boy. They threatened to molest my baby boy. They said they were Satanists, and I'm of God. So I break every witchcraft curse of every demonic man and woman that think you're going to keep me from my child and try to intimidate me and murder me and then lie about it. I don't give a damn who you are or what type of gang you in. I'm with Jesus Christ, and I'm with all the armies of heaven. So that means that greater is he who is in me